everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be looking into the question, how do they feel after the last time you guys had contact? Whether that was yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, how did they feel directly after the contact with you? This was a requested video as well, so thank you so much for doing so. As always, I'm very much open for suggestions, so if you have a suggestion in the future, leave it in the comment section, and I'll see if I can make it into a general reading for you guys. Let me get over all the announcements real quick. You can still book private readings with me. You'll find my email address in the description box below. If you send me an email, I'll get back to you with all the information, all the options available, all the cost, everything that you need to know about how it works as well. You'll also find a Linktree link in the description box below. If you go over there, you'll find my Instagram, my personal TikTok account. For anyone that feels generous and would like to make a donation, all different ways to do that as well over there. Now, let's dive into today's video. So, what were they feeling, thinking right after last contact with you? So, pile number 1, you are going to be this card with forgiveness. For pile number 1. Pile number 2, you are going to be this card with family. Family for pile 2. And pile number 3, you are going to be this card with commitment. Commitment for pile number 3. So if you need some more time to meditate on the piles to figure out which pile belongs to you, then pause the video here, and otherwise I will talk to you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So if you chose this card with forgiveness, then this is going to be your reading today. So we're going to be looking into the question, how do they feel, or did they feel right after the last contact between the two of you? What were they thinking? Anything that's like going on with them after last contact with you? With that forgiveness, definitely feeling either forgiving or apologetic. Asking forgiveness, but more so I feel like calm and at peace, where with her here with that glow, as well as being able to look forward, move on. For some of you, finding closure, but very like peaceful energy. It's like, okay, it's in the past, let's now live in the moment. We're both different people, we've grown type thing. But let's see what the tarot has to say about this for you guys. So pile number 1, what were their thoughts and feelings after last contact with them? What were their thoughts and feelings after this last contact? Okay, let's see everything that we have. First off, we have the King of Swords. We have the 5 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Karma, which is judgments, the Hermit, the 10 of Wands, the Strength card, the Wheel of the Year, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. And then the 10 of Pentacles as well. So the Star energy as overall energy is beautiful, beautiful energy of having high hope for the future, as well as like having high hope that like manifestations work out and stuff like that as well. There is a feeling of being tired though with that 10 of Wands, like we're so close, right? I'm so close, but I'm just so tired. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth it type of thing. Where it's like he has to walk up this part of the hill as well to get to his destination. But those look heavy at some point. But with this one, I'm feeling more hopeful, as in we're almost there type feeling. We're almost there. Rough patch. To me, this just is a bit like indecisive whether or not they want you in their life. I think they want to do what's right, what's best for everyone. Looking for answers within themselves as well. And as well with that karma and that forgiveness, I feel like they understand their portion of how things like went, right? And the results of how the situation between the two of you is right now. I feel like there might be some outside influence, some. The Five of Wands usually talks about like rivalry or like a chase or, you know, multiple suitors or multiple people interested. But to me, this can also be like a third party interference, whether that's their family members or a friend or someone that's like talking in their ear. Like, what am I gonna say my parents if we get back together? That type of like feeling to it, right? Where they're a bit worried about what other people think or an outside influence. With that Wheel of the Year, I definitely feel that they had a feeling of, it was supposed to be this way. This is just how it went type of thing. I don't know, I'm getting very mixed. Again, with that Two of Swords, I feel like they're having a hard time deciding more so whether or not, like, should I continue? Should I move forward in this relationship right now? Or should we have some sort of ending? Focus on ourselves and see if in the future there is another possibility of getting back together. Or fixing this, whatever this is. Because for some of you, I'm not seeing that this is a romantic thing. Yes, I'm seeing that this could be a romantic, but for some of you, it can also be like, I don't know, a parent, a friend, type feeling as well. I just feel that this is very one after this last contact one, they were very confused on what to do next, what decision to make about this. Very going inward for answers, looking for the answers. With that King of Swords, the King of Swords is a very logical thinker, so wanting to make the best decision logically and not based on their emotion. And underneath the star, you have that 10 of Pentacles. And that is a long-term, like, everything that you, material-wise, that you want, which is a house, a car, legacy, a family, a dog, children, grandchildren. Wanting that in their life and having that high hope of getting there. But I'm also seeing still a lot of like fighting energy, arguing. I'm a bit surprised that like ego is not here, the devil is not here. I feel like there's just a lot going on between the two of you. And I do feel that this last contact did give some more peace and that forgiveness and forgiving energy. And I do feel that they want to, in the future at least, work things out where you guys can be civil. For some of you, it can be. I'm just gonna shout out some things that I'm seeing because I think that will make more sense than what I'm doing now. That can be your relationship with like your mother figure or maybe your children. It can be a friendship. It can be a coworker that you had like some ruffling some feathers with, but have to work with in the future. It can be a relationship that kind of like sort of ended or hit like some tough point, needing a little bit of a break and then starting again. I just feel there's just so much like going on here with you and this person. So many like little things that I feel like should just be left in the past type thing, which is kind of frustrating. Okay, let me get some oracles on this. I'm just hoping that this you guys are like, okay, yeah, this is it. It resonates. It's like this and this and this for us. Because for me it's just a lot of different energies where with a lot of different specific situations. Which hard for me to find like one major line. But I think I got it for how, what I have. Let me get some oracles on this. How did they feel and think, their thoughts and feelings after this last contact with you? What were their thoughts and feelings? What were their thoughts and feelings after this last contact? Pile number 1. We have Diana with focused intentions. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. So after this last contact with you, I definitely feel that they had high hopes. I think things were said that needed to be said in order to leave them in the past, and now looking more to the future. Manifestation. What do you desire? Set your sights high and go for it. Expect the best possible outcome. So I think this conversation is something that needed to happen in order to move on, in order to move forward, in order to be able to look at the future again with high hopes of this, working out type thing. We also have Freya with faces and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released now. So beginnings with every endings. So again, more so like that they're happy that this cycle came to an end type thing, or is coming to an end. And now like ready to look ahead for some of you. Now that you had the conversations, a lot of things made more sense. A lot of more information was like gathered, understanding. We also have Paul Divination with experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. With grace, waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So very much ready for the next step, ready to move on, ready to, what is next. Again, with that forgiveness card, to me as well, like ready to look ahead to the future, forgive the past, ask forgiveness for the past in order to be able to move on and live more in the present. Okay, what else? Pile number 1. How do they feel and think after that last contact with you? After that last contact. That can also be, for some of you, that last contact was like the breakup or that talk, right? And that being helpful for them to move on. Okay, let's see what else we have for you guys. First off, we have regret and repression. So after that conversation, maybe even regretting how they talk to you, again, there is some like information that they learned more. That was very helpful to make decisions, to, but also leaving some regrets of how they treated you, because there's more understanding for you in those situations. We also have toxicity, bound, and patterns. And I feel like that also came to light, where their toxic traits, maybe your toxic traits, or the patterns that you guys were in or are in, kind of came to light. And again, their part in keeping that going. We also have higher self activation. So, love that. That is like, an epiphany of like understanding, as well as being more in the present, what's best for them as well, not, holding on to those negative like thoughts. We have memories and nostalgia. So, yeah, that just speaks for itself, I think. Like, reminiscing good memories, having a laugh over that you guys can still be the same people that you once were, type thing. We have receive and open. Love that. So after that conversation, being more open for you and receiving, ready to receive. And we have chemistry and passion. So there, it's still very much there. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have faith, detours, and divine intervention, as well as trust divine timing. Underneath that, we have offer. Okay. So yeah, I think after this conversation, it was just, for some of you, this might have been, again, I'm getting strongly that this was like an ex-partner, and then you either ran into them again, and it was like old times, like without all the negative, like toxic patterns that you guys had with each other, was reminiscing of like good memories, as well as that there's still some like, how do you say that? Back and forward between the two of you, in like a good fun way, sometimes flirty, um, but also just like fun, how you always were, type thing. As well as the understanding that, oh, with that wheel of the year as well, and that faith here, this was supposed to be this way, where we were supposed to be like separate for a little bit. But after this contact, having more high hopes for the future of having more contact. It's kind of what I'm feeling. I do feel that there are some exceptions where you are like, oh, I'm never going to contact this person ever again. Obviously, then I'm not talking about you, but for someone else in the community. Because then, if that's the case, then it's more of like having high hopes of like moving forward, moving on, moving into the next phase of their life type thing. But yeah, more like calm, at peace, more in the present, and no longer by like haunted by the past as much. So yeah, I kind of want to leave it here for you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope it resonated. If it did, let me know. Give me some clarity on this situation as well, because I don't know. Again, I'm getting a lot of energies. So let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you have any suggestions for a future reading for you guys. Like the video if you enjoyed watching it, so I know that I can make more of this type of question in the future for you guys as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, very helpful for me. Show your love and support that way. And yeah, thank you for doing so. Have just a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Go kick ass. You got this. And then hopefully I will talk to you guys again in the next reading. Hi, pile number 2. So if you chose this card with family, then this is going to be your reading today. So we're going to be looking into the question, how do they think and feel after the last contact between the two of you? That can be yesterday. It can be last week, 2 weeks, a year ago. But right after that contact, how did they feel? So with this family, I'm seeing two very different things here with that family card. One of the two is wanting a family with you, wanting to build that family. For others of you, I'm seeing they want to build their own family, and more so like walking away to build that family with their own. Um, but yeah, we'll see what the tarot has to say. This is one of those things where I'm like, never be led by like what it says here with that family, because some of you might have like the high hopes of building a family with this person, and it's actually them going like, you know what, I'm gonna build my own family away from pile number 2. But let's just take a look what the tarot has to say, how it fits in, and how it resonates for you. Keep in mind, it is a general reading, so not all messages might be for you or resonate for you. Then they are meant for someone else in the community. As well as you always have a choice in matters as well. Nothing's set in stone. You always have a choice in matters. So let's take a look. Pile number 2. What were their thoughts and feelings after the last contact that they had with you? What were their thoughts and feelings after last contact with you? Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, and then let's see if we need some more. I think we do, but let's see what we have so far. First off, we have the 4 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Death card, the Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. And then I want to get some more for you guys. So their thoughts and feelings after the last contact. After last contact, how did they think and feel? We have the 5 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. So, yeah, and then the shadow side, which is the Devil. So, yeah, I'm getting strongly that moving on type feeling. Creating their own, like, family, almost. Because that's with this card, with that family card, where I was like, oh, they're walking away. It kind of reminds me of that 8 of Cups. And then here we have the 8 of Cups, which is as well like walking away from you, walking away from their emotions. Because I think after that last contact, it kind of like, I don't want to say like, it kind of like blew up is kind of what I'm feeling here. Where they got really hurt or felt really hurt, then like pulling up the walls, not letting you in anymore, them deciding I'm gonna walk away from this, not wanting drama, not wanting to get involved in drama, not wanting to have that conflict, not wanting to maybe even feel that rivalry of someone else is interested in you as well, or feeling that they need to compete for your attention. And the Death card is endings of cycles as well. It also talks about rebirth. So again, for some of you, I feel like there might be like for the future where they're like, okay, right now I'm just gonna need to walk away from this situation, but we can come back later in the future. With that 7 of Pentacles, I think they very much like worried. Am I gonna continue to put in energy? Am I gonna continue to put in effort into this connection with pile number 2, not knowing if it will lead anywhere away? Like feeling a little bit it's a waste if we leave things the way that they are, but continuing the way that you are at the moment is also not gonna get you anywhere. I feel like after this, they really went like, okay, what do I want in my life? Where do I want to go? Be a bit selfish. What do I see for my future? For some of you with that shadow side, which is the Devil, it can be about commitment issues, fears, anxiety, ego playing a role. And underneath that, we have the King of Swords as well, which we have the Queen here already. I just feel very mixed. For some of you, I'm feeling that this could be a karmic partner, a twin flame connection, which is very explosive, very confrontational. Because I feel like there are some like toxic traits or triggers that you push on each other that is making it so painful and so hurtful. Some things that you guys know that you need to work on for yourself separate before coming back, type of thing. Because with that death card, there's a need for transformation. I think they understood as well, okay, something needs to change here. We cannot continue the way that we have. And wanting to manifest this, but again, very closed off, still very hurt. I think one of the two is more of a logical thinker and is very short and direct in communicating. With that Queen of Swords, I sometimes describe her a little bit as an ice queen. Very cold, not getting emotions involved here, taking a look at logically. We cannot continue the way that we have. There needs to be a transformation or an ending or working on it, or, you know, in order to move forward and in order to have that rebirth. Because I'm still having high hopes of, at least for some of you, of this working out. Because I'm seeing a lot of different things. For some of you, this can be a love interest. For some of you, this can be like a family member. Maybe even like a colleague for like one or two of you, or like work-wise. But the way that things have been going cannot continue in the future. And I feel like that's very much what they felt at the end of this conversation. Where it's like, we cannot continue the way that we have. We need to start manifesting a different outcome. Okay, let me get some oracles on this for you guys. So, pile number 2. How did they feel and think after last contact with you? How did they think and feel after last contact with pile number 2? We have Freya with phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So for some of you, it can also be like the realization that kicked in of like the toxic things that happened within this connection. Again, with that death card, there's a beginning within every ending. That's the death card. Endings, but also rebirth, transformation, new starts, new cycle. I just feel, again, for some of you, that this was like a toxic connection, twin flame, very explosive. You guys brought out the worst in each other at some points. Not always, but some points. And that realization kicking in, where it's like, you know what? This is not what I want. This is not, you know, we both deserve better than this. We also have Sanat Kumara with light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So after that last conversation, again, listening more to their intuition. That realization kicking in, as well as choosing a path of light. What type of family do I want to create? I am seeing like a period of moving away, moving on type of energy here. And we also have Mercury with open communication. Get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. So after that last conversation, them really being able to express everything that it is that they wanted to express, that they needed to express, to get that weight off their chest in order to move on, move forward. Whether that ended up to be with you or without you. Because I think for the both of you, that they had the feeling like we both need a lot to change. We both need to work through our pains, our hurts, our baggage. And I honestly feel that there's this feeling of not being sure whether or not this is a connection that can return, whether you guys can get back in each other's lives again. Because there's just so much, you know, and they want to focus on what's the next step instead of like, you know, in a couple of months maybe we can give it another shot, that type of thing. I feel like right now they're more so like, right now we need to both work on this separately without the expectation of after that getting back in a connection together again. So for some of you, again, this can be a love relationship. It can be a family member, maybe a parent, child connection. Whereas like they are like, okay, I cannot have this, my family around this, or build my family around this energy as well. But let me get some final oracles for you guys on this. So pile number 2, how did they think and feel after last contact with you? How did they think and feel after that last contact? Okay, that's it? Yeah. Let's get everything. Oh, it's a lot. We have a lot. Well, that's fine. First off, we have change and courage. So yes, having the courage to make change, to pack their bags and go. After that last contact, we have receive and open. Receive and open. So being more open to receive, as well as I feel like more open to receive guidance from spirit, to listen to their intuition as well. With that light, almost like open to receive that light coming in. Where they're like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I'm just gonna kind of surrender to the divine guiding me. We have decisions. So definitely making a decision. But with this card, I feel like there's always a way back. Even if they choose that direction, if it turns out not to be the right one, they can always head back type of feeling. We also have healing inner child. Yeah. I feel like, again, that they feel that both you and them need some healing. And for them to heal, their focus on healing their inner child. Again, for the family that they want, so that they don't... Sometimes it's also, how do you say that? Like generational baggage, right? That people have. Like... their parent was abusive to them, their great grandparent was abusive to their parent, you know, and that going, and they want to stop that cycle. So they feel that they need to heal that so that they don't burden their own child with that trauma as well. We have thoughts and isolating, so needing some time for themselves to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Just needing to take a little bit of a step back. We have the truth and expression, so them being able to express their truth. Again, with that open communication, getting some weight off their chest, saying everything that they feel that they need to say, and just get it all out there. We also have lack and doubts, so having a little bit of doubts whether this is a connection that can heal in the future or they can recover from. There's also a feeling, again, of lack. Are they really, like, you know, on the right track? This tree right here reminds me of, in this deck, we also have a card that's called Faith, which it's like a similar tree. It kind of looks similar, where For some of you, I feel like they might have had doubts whether this was faith, whether this was, you know, maybe even a little bit of doubt in the universe. We also have cosmic purpose with North Node. So there is that doubt, but at the same time, there is that, understanding of this is just not meant to be type feeling. We also have memories and nostalgia, so a lot of like things came to mind, a lot of thinking about, the good times, the bad times. We have comfort zone with the South Node as well, with clinging. Also, I feel like it would be easy for them, right? The easy way out if they would just went with it, go with it, and not stand up for themselves, not break that cycle. And we also have guilt and sabotage. Guilt and sabotage. So for some of you, after that contact, feeling guilty for the decision that they make, guilty for how they treated you, how things went, that they maybe even didn't do this sooner, or just not feeling great about it. And sabotage, I feel like just fearful of sabotaging this whole thing. So a lot of mixed feelings after the last contact with you. Very, very mixed feelings. But I do feel that this is more so with that purpose as well, that it was just, I feel like this is just a little bit of where they go like, okay, we need to move away, we need to move on from this, do something different. I think right after that last contact, I don't think they looked to the future where it's like, okay, we need to do this so we can get back together. Right now, it's more so we need to do this. And then after that, I'm not even going to think about it because there's still a lot of doubts about doing this. So I kind of want to leave it here because I feel like there's nothing more I can add on to this reading that I haven't said already. To me, this is also a bit where I have no idea. Usually I get some sort of snippet of, okay, it's like this situation or that situation. For me right now, it's all over the place. So let me know. One, if it resonated and if it was helpful. And two, what the situation is. How does this reading fit in with you and your person? What was the last contact? Because I feel like it might have been some sort of fight or arguing, or just some sort of like ending. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a little bit of a chat about this. Like the video if you enjoyed watching it, so I know that I can make more of this type of question in the future for you guys as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Very helpful for me as well. Show your love and support to the channel. So thank you so much for doing so, for being here. Just have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Go kick ass. You absolutely got this. And then hopefully I will talk to you guys again in the next reading. Hi, pile number 3. So if you chose this card with commitment, then this is going to be your reading today. So we're going to be looking into the question, what were their thoughts and feelings after the last contact with you? With this commitment, for some of you, it might be that they have the thought of commitment, wanting commitment with you. For others of you, I'm feeling more so like working together, being able to work together despite differences, because there are two birds here that are like very different, but working together to make this knot. For some of you, it can be working together well for children that you might have together, or for like grandchildren, if this is like a parent type thing. Working on communicating despite differences, despite for some of you not liking each other, working together for the greater good type feeling that I'm getting in. Again, for some of you, that can be working on this relationship together, commitment. Going at it with like love. Okay, let me take a look what else comes up with the tarot for you guys. So, pile number 3. What were their thoughts and feelings after last contact with you? What were their thoughts and feelings after last contact with pile number 3? Okay, let's see. Let me gather everything and then we can take a look at what we have. First off, we have the 3 of Cups. We have the King of Swords. We have Justice, Strength, 7 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the High Priestess. Okay, let me take a look if I can make everything fit more nicely. Does that work? Well, it kind of works. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, as well as the star underneath that. Okay. So after last contact, I definitely feel, one, that they have high hopes, as well as excited for this new chapter that you guys are gonna go with, start. For some of you, it can be marriage. But there is still some hurt and pain, again, at the foundation of it. I think there is some defensiveness with that 7 and 9 of Wands, as well as with that 10 of Wands, some tiredness. Is this really the right path? Do we really want to continue? Is this really how I imagine it in front of me? Again, at the core, for some of you where this is a love relationship, it can be that this person has been working towards this because they do want that 10 of Pentacles, which is marriage, which is commitment, which is a long-term happy family, wanting to create that. But there's a lot of fears, there's a lot of defensiveness, and there's, for some of you, maybe even like commitment issues or some hurt in the past from previous relationship, from childhood, from whatever that is playing a big part in this. I do feel that they feel very excited and willing to work on this. It will require, they understand that it will require a lot of effort and strength to do this. But at the same time, I feel like they come from a more logical point. I think you guys can communicate this through. At the base, I think there is this feeling of like friendship type of thing, where there is a lot of respect for each other, and that you can communicate well. With that 3 of Cups as well, I feel like, you know, sometimes as friends, you don't have to like each other to be able to be friends. And that makes more sense, I feel like, for the women. You know, sometimes you hang out with a group where one of the two you don't like as much, but you just, you know, be civil and you are nice and kind to each other. And then when you get home, you're like, oh, I don't like that person. But still, you have respect for each other. You still are nice to each other. For some of you, that is how you can move forward with this, where this is not like a love relationship type thing. For others of you where this is a love relationship and there is like that hope for marriage in the future, again, I do see that happening. I think they also see that good foundation of friendship between the two of you, and that is a beautiful foundation to build on. There's just a lot, you know, a lot of defensiveness, a lot of hurt, a lot of, for some of you, commitment issues that they're having with this. But at the same time, I feel like they do see it as an adventure that they want to go with. And I think this is a connection that will, if both of you agree, right, then I feel like there is something to work on. Trust intuition with this. And that's kind of what I'm feeling, that they're like, okay, you know, I have all these issues, there is a lot going on, but I'm just going to trust my intuition that this is a person that I want in my life for whatever reason. We can build on that foundation of friendship. It will require some strength, effort, but I'm more excited of what it can bring me in the long term. honestly, pile number 3, you guys are the most clear to me, where I'm like, okay, let's move on. Let's move forward, because this is, I feel like, basically it. For some of you, where this is not a marriage thing, it can be a good thing to have strong boundaries with them, like set up some rules. I don't know if you need a contract, but like some rules that every player understands the rules of this game, of how we communicate with each other, how we are gonna build this, what is the, you know, the path that we're gonna walk on. And like work on the communication as well. Okay, let me get some oracles. I honestly feel that I kind of want to move on from this already, because what more can I say about this? I feel like there is a lot of defensiveness around this, and just tiredness and hurt and pain, and that is something that they do need to work on. Again, just have healthy boundaries with them. Maybe they even set up a boundary for themselves, for you, for this connection. Okay, let's see. Pile number 3. What were their thoughts and feelings after last contact with you? Okay, everything popped out. Let's see. First off, we have Commander Ashtar with call to action. Take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. And that's exactly what I kind of felt here. After last contact, they understood the things that they need to deal with, as well as, you know, with that 3 of Cups, put in the effort, even though it might cost some strength or effort, or, you know, walk your talk. We have Saint Germain with karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. Move beyond drama. So no longer more so selfish energy of look what you did to me, or look, this is just because, you know, victim blaming themselves, or not victim blaming, but like playing the victim themselves. It's like, well, this is just me, and that just causing more drama, and now going, you know, we are different, but we have a common goal, and let's, you know, move towards that instead of going around in circles. We also have Master Buddha with increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. And that's that High Priestess. Trusting their intuition. No longer listening to ego, to fear. Move with high hope to the future for this connection. Honestly, number 3, I feel like you are gonna be the quickest reading today, because I'm already where I'm like, okay, let's move on. this makes sense. Let's move on. Okay, let's see some final messages. What were their thoughts and feelings after last contact with pile number 3? What were their thoughts and feelings after that last contact with pile number 3? Did some pop out in the deck? No. Okay. Okay, first off, we have stability, harmony, and flow. So now going with the flow, choosing stability and harmony over drama. We have Pluto with transformation, so the understanding that something needs to transform, they need to transform and grow. We have reflection and projection. I feel like, again, that there is the understanding of that that's something that they did. They projected their insecurities, their trauma, their drama onto you, and now it came back to them, type of thing. And like the reflection is distorted as well, right? They were not seeing clearly their own reflection, what it is that they brought in, the drama that they brought in, and now there is more of that, you know, understanding. We have confusion and illusions. Okay, so for some of you initially, during the conversation, there might have been the confusion and their belief of illusions. Again, with the drama that they brought in, I feel like for some of you, they didn't clearly see what harm they were causing you and this connection for the future. But afterwards, I feel like they were able to take off those glasses. We also have an offer with Venus. So again, thinking of an offer, thinking of reaching out or like working on it. We had the Ace of Fire with Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Can be their sign, can be your sign. To me, the Ace of Fire is also just, I don't know why this kind of feels like toxic, where you guys just like try to burn each other, try to make the fire bigger, or, you know, increasing the drama type feeling. Because that also is about like passion, you know. And sometimes if passion gets too extreme, it gets like toxic. We also have release, surrender, and purge. So again, there is that understanding of needing to let go, needing to make changes. We have unexpected storm. Yeah. Contracts, career, and commitments. Again, with that contracts. So for some of you, again, it can be marriage. It can be that commitment. Can impact a career. It can also be, again, setting up rules for themselves to not create that drama anymore. And we have family, home, and commitment again. So understanding, there is very much the understanding of wanting that family commitment, creating a happy home, being part of your life, you being part of their life. And okay, how are we gonna do this? How am I gonna purge and release this toxicity, this drama, move beyond that? Because I feel like they understand. Look at that. At the bottom, we have the truth and expression. So that the truth has been, you know, said, and they heard it. And there's an understanding. Maybe in the moment it wasn't there. They were more defensive about it, about you expressing the truth. But later on, it kind of like dials down the defensiveness. You know, who do they need to be defensive about? And the realization kind of like hit them like, oh crap, you know, this is also me. I do feel that there is going to be some sort of offer coming in of burying the drama. Again, for those of you where this is a relationship where you're like, there's no drama type of thing, I feel like there's just a desire to give an offer of commitment, of the next step in the relationship, and transforming the relationship. And that storm hitting is like their realization of like, oh crap, pile number 3 is someone that I actually want to, you know, have in my life for a longer period of time. I want to marry this person. I want to have children with this person. I want to build a family together. And then coming with that offer. And this conversation kind of made that clear to them as well. So I honestly kind of want to leave it here for you guys, because I think I get it. I got it. Hopefully. Well, I hope I get it. For me, this feels that I get it. So I'm gonna leave it here for you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments down below. I love reading about how this fits in. Again, if this is a love relationship, is this a family member? What's going on exactly? But let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you have any suggestions for a future video for me, and I'll see if I can make it into a general reading for you guys, just like this one I did today. Like the video if you enjoyed watching it, and lets me know that I can make more of this type of question for you guys in the future as well. So very helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already. Very helpful for me as well. Shows your love and support for the channel for me, so thank you so much for doing so. Just have a wonderful rest of your day. Go kick ass. You absolutely got this. And then hopefully I will talk to you guys again in the next reading.